watch our cost of goods go up and watch all the low tax cuts that you did get from this bill be eaten up in inflation. That's exactly what's going to happen. That's what happened with his last tax bill. Everyone said, oh, all this money is gone. I'm having to spend all this new money, because he came out and he ballooned the deficit. That's why.
Now, let's talk about Rand Paul for a minute. Since you brought up his name, you invoked his name. Rand Paul does not believe in Medicaid to begin with.
That doesn't have anything to do with cutting it. That doesn't have anything to do with what he came out. When he came out and said,
he doesn't want the spending on it. That's what he doesn't want. He came out and
said he was against this bill because it ballooned the deficit.
Because it
blew up the deficit.
Listen, you can't. How the hell? If we've got so many people on these rolls, how are we supposed to survive? You have to start cutting back.
I mean, honestly,
start cutting back. This is how I look at it right here. This is a. I believe this is my personal take on this. What we should do is, everyone's has private insurance they pay for. Everyone pays for their own private insurance, right? Instead of a person paying, they're already saying, like, instead of a person paying $12,000 a year for their private insurance or whatever they pay, I just using that as a number, $12,000 a year, right? Some people pay $300 a month, so it's a lot cheaper for them, whatever the case may be. Say you pay $6,000 a year for it. Would that be considered a cut to you? As far as what
if you pay $12,000, would that be?
It's a savings. It's not a cut. It's a savings. If I'm getting the same coverage I was getting before, it's a savings for me.
No, it's a savings, and it's definitely a cut to what you were paying before. You were paying this, you're paying this now. Something got cut out of it, so you're paying less, right? So basically, about the same.
No. I mean, if I'm not losing coverage.
If you're not losing coverage, I think you gain coverage. I think you'd actually gain coverage under a universal type system. So if they went around, they said, hey, you know what we're going to do is we're going to charge everybody $6,000 a year for universal health coverage for everybody. I'm not saying that's going to be the number. Instead of you being charged all this extra money you're being charged before, we're going to charge you less, and you're going to get all these coverage now. Now you have access to insurance.
Are you getting rid of Medicaid?
I think it would all be encompassed under one individual tax thing.
The problem is you can't at that point you can't get rid of Medicaid anyway, because not everybody in the United States is going to be able to afford $6,000 of health coverage.
No, what I'm saying is it's not about having to afford it. Now it's put in as a tax. Now you no longer have a medical bill.
So you want to raise taxes on the American people to pay.
So would that be a raise in taxes, or would you just not be paying that medical bill that you were paying before? Think about what I'm saying. It would be considered a tax. It would be considered a raise in your taxes, but it'll be offset. But it'll be offset by a cut in a huge cut in your spending elsewhere. That's what I think is the best way to do it.
Part of the issue with that,
and you have way bigger coverage.
I like that idea. I like that idea. Don't get me wrong. The problem is, now you have to worry about, are the doctors going to be able to cover what the cost on top of what for their care? Because
why not? They do it in Europe,
and their healthcare is shitty over there.
Oh man,
you ever see the teeth of those people in England? They got
better health than we do. They got better health coverage than we got over here. People live longer over there. They live over here. We got the most obese man.
Well, that's because we have better food. They have better food over there too. They don't have all the crap that we eat here.
It's an all-around system. So what does that help? Okay, say we look at this as a multi-pronged thing instead of just looking at health coverage. A lot of that as well.
A lot of the reason we don't live long enough is what we eat.
Okay, and you know what they did? You know why they did that too? Because they probably saw, our health bill is through the roof because we are allowing this crap in our country. Let's cut these things out, things that are not good for our people. And let's not feed them this crap.
That's what they're trying to do. That's why Kennedy is trying to get rid of the red dye number 5 or whatever.
Okay, I mean, but they're taking away healthcare coverages from people, and in the meantime, taking away food from kids. In the meantime,
they're not taking it away.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
If I cut $1 trillion out of a program, I'm taking it away. That's being cut.
But listen, if you get somebody to start working even for 20 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
They get taxes taken out. They can have that put into the income stream where the government can take that and use it for Medicaid. I don't understand why that's such a novel idea to people.
No, to me, I look at it like this. I saw who they attacked in this
bill.
They're
not even asking everybody to do it.
I saw who they went after. To me, I look at it like this. You guys, the people who voted for Republicans, not all, but a vast majority of them are on these particular programs, are participants in these programs.
Yes, I agree.
They went after the people who voted for them and supported them because they agree with their ideological views. But in reality, this is exactly the people who need these programs the most in America. It's not the blue states, it's the other states that need these programs the most. So I mean, we're actually looking out for the rest of America. Like, we understand that we have a number of people.
I think that's a misnomer, because you look at the major population centers in the United States, they are in big cities.
Absolutely.
You have more people in New York City than you probably have in Kansas.
States within them. You can put Montana, Wyoming.
So it's not. That's what you're saying is false. Because the major population centers are the ones that have most of the Medicaid cases.
So okay, if we're going by sheer number, volume, if we go by percentage base, because that's what we have to kind of go by. We have to kind of go by percentage bases of people. Like, okay, California, of course, has 40 something, almost 50 million people in California, I believe, somewhere around there. And so, okay, we have to look at, if we're like, oh, well, California has a million people on Medicaid benefits or whatever the case may be, but Montana, which has like 500,000 people in there, they only got 100,000. Let's look at the percentage base of those. Let's look at, you know what I mean? Like, what is the percentage of the people who are in, I'm not trying to say this is real numbers, I'm just using this as a, as a basis. That's 20% versus point something, 3% or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have to look at it from a logical standpoint. That is definitely helping.
If we can get the medical community to listen to a rationalized idea,
if we could get them to
universal health,
but if we could get them to,
because you'll start losing doctors. You'll start losing doctors because they're not getting paid.
How are they
not getting paid?
How will you not get paid with universal health care? How are you not getting paid with that? I mean, explain that to me.
Well, the more cases that you have, the more doctors that you're going to need, the more money will be going back to the doctors anyway. Universal health care won't. You're still going to have to get the buy-in from the medical community. And listen, you've already got doctors out there because of programs like this that have left. Insurance goes up, malpractice insurance goes up, business insurance goes up, everything goes up. So you have to. You're going to make the doctors eat that cost?
This is what I'm going to say. I think
it's more than just universal health care, Wesley. It's the added cost that everybody will feel. And that means the medical community, hospitals, they'll have to raise prices in order to make up that.
I believe that then you start getting to a point to where it's an all-encompassing system. We're not inventing the wheel with this thing right here. This is all things that have gone on in other countries that has happened before. So there's a logical path for everything that we're talking about already. I may not understand them all, but at the same time, I do understand that this system works best for our country. Could work best for our country. What we have is not working. What we have is not working. People are losing their homes who work their entire lives. They lose their home because their health is failing. And until Obama came in and took away the pre-existing conditions thing and all kinds of other things that were that they allowed in this country, people would lose their home basically to try and live. Say a person worked their entire life, 40, 50 years working at whatever particular job. Then all of a sudden they get sick. Because we got bad food here. We work too many hours here. There's a lot we have to do here in order for us to survive. So all of a sudden, you got to sell your home in order to live a few extra years.
So Bobby Kennedy is your best friend then? Bobby Kennedy should be your best friend right now.
Why is that?
Because he wants to go after all that crap that we eat that makes us sick.
This is how I look at it. You know what I mean? I would love for him to be able to do that.
Am I wrong?
I would love for him to be able to do that. I would love for him to do. There's no trying.
He's already got rid of the red dye crap.
Listen, there's no trying. You can get it done with the Trump administration. They get done what they want to get done. Correct? They move through pretty much. He executive orders and does whatever he wants to do. Things that he really genuinely cares about. If he really genuinely cared about that, he wouldn't have had him eat McDonald's on a plane during their first flight together. That wouldn't have been it, right? It wouldn't have been McDonald's, because we all know McDonald's has all kinds of arsenic and all kinds of things inside their food that we all know that's horrible for America. Am I wrong?
Once in a while.
So is a 32-ounce Coca-Cola. It's horrible.
I don't drink 32-ounce Coca-Colas.
I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you. I don't drink it either. I had to stop. I stopped drinking that stuff, but I'm not saying I'd never drink it ever, because there's always a, but the point of this is right here. This bill is horrible for America, man. You're knocking kids off of. You're spending.
You don't have a clue.
You're getting rid of hundreds of billions.
Listen, you can't say that because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know, so you can sit there and say, it's terrible, it's terrible. But you don't know.
It's when you take trillions of dollars, and when you kick people off of their medical, where are they going to go get medical at?
They're not getting kicked off.
Where are they going to get? Yeah, they are going to get kicked off their medical programs.
No, they're not.
But say
not if they do the right thing. Not if they follow.
We both know. We just watched his immigration policy play out in front of all of us, and we saw American citizens being detained, being put in jail, being snatched up by the police. We've seen it happen. So we know that there's going to be problems. This is what it is with his administration. Problems. This is what happens. It's not like it's or I'm just coming up with something off the top of my head and these things have never happened. These things happen. So there's going to be issues. When you come in and slash trillions,
every administration. There's issues for every administration.
When you come in and slash trillions of dollars out of safety net programs that are here to help average Americans.
But you're slashing it because there's people on it that shouldn't be on it. That's why they're slashing it. There was a lady who just got arrested. There's a lady who just got arrested for $55 million worth of fraud in Medicaid in Maryland or New Jersey, one of those two.
Yeah, I mean,
just happened within the last 2 weeks.
What was she doing? Was she a doctor?
What? No.
Was she a doctor? What was she?
I think she did work for a medical company.
And they're overbilling. That's what that is right there.
But again,
it has nothing to do with people. That is an overbilling from a doctor's company.
That's a doctor because of it. But guess who suffers because of it?
Nobody's saying that that's right or wrong. But that right there is a person with money doing that. Obviously, they're a person with money over. That happens all the time. You know why? Because you've made a system. Because you have to worry
about what people are doing with the money they're getting. If they're just sitting around on their ass playing video games, they shouldn't be getting any money.
That's not saying a person who's. I mean, people play video games. So you're saying a person who's disabled shouldn't be able to play video games?
I'm not saying that. But if they're an able-bodied person, go out and work, then get your ass out and work.
I don't disagree with that.
All right, then why? I don't understand the complaint about it.
I don't
understand why that's a complaint.
What I disagree with was who was attacked. This is the same thing he does every single time. Oh man, if you don't look at that as the American people being attacked, I said kids.
Who is he attacking?
He's attacking kids. He wanted to put. Yeah, he is. He wanted to put a bill out basically where he's saying that, oh well, if you're a single mother, when your kid turns 7 years old, you no longer can claim that kid on your as a dependent any longer. Unless you're married at that point in time. You think that's not an attack? He's not attacking someone in particular.
Well, that's a change in the tax code. Big deal.
That's an attack. Well, everything.
He's also raised the child tax credit
for 2 years. You know that it only raises for 2 years, then it drops. Then it drops lower than what it was before. You know that, right?
But he's
you know what I mean? You know that, right? You know that, right? It just sounds good. Everything he does sounds good. But you know who got the key?
That's another thing that you say. We actually go look it up. Go look that thing up you just said. Go look up how long it lasts for, like 2-3 years, and then it drops back down. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not. Don't let this dude fool you. Just like he's coming out with the whole Trump. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you in particular. I'm not talking about Steve. I'm talking about, but you're riding along with Trump. So I mean, hey, you got one shoe walks, the other one follows. You know what I mean? So let's just be honest here. I have to be looked at like that too. You got to know that one. When he does anything for the middle class, it's for a short period of time, and it's for votes. So that next time they come into office, they can vote on it again. Is that for the upper class? Is that a tax break for the upper class? No, it's not. Where are you saying that billionaires are going to get a tax credit for that? Or they're not gaining anything for that, right?
Go look it up. Go look it up.
They're not. But answer the question: Are rich people gaining off of that tax credit? No,
I'm not saying. I said. I just said anything that he does that is seemingly for the because he couldn't have passed this tax break if it didn't seem like it was for everybody. If it had been like, oh, this is only for wealthy people, you think people would have cheered and applauded that tax break? No, they wouldn't. So you put a little crumb in there for him, and then you snatch it right back from him, just like he did with this one right here. He sunset this one only because this wasn't sunset for wealthy people in 2017. Theirs was permanent in 2007. He just gave them an additional tax cut here. You know what I mean? Like I guess we don't know about that right there. But yeah, when he passed that 2017 bill, you see that? I'm telling you, everything he does is a bait and switch to play a game. Oh, I'm doing this for you, but he ain't really doing it for you. He's going to take it from you right away. He's going to give it to you for a little bit. Here, let me get that back.
So
I got to pay these other people their money.
Here's what it's doing. Temporary increase. The OBBB includes a temporary boost for the child tax credit, expiration in 2028. The increased CTC, child tax credit amount, is currently set to expire at the end of 2028. Return to lower amount after 2028, unless Congress takes further action, which they are planning on doing, to extend the boost. The CTC is scheduled to drop back down to its pre-TCJA level of $2,000 per child. Inflation adjustment after 2028, following the expiration of the temporary boost, the $2,000 tax credit would be indexed for inflation in subsequent years. So,
like normal,
it's not going away. It's not going away.
It's going away. It's going away. What he's trying to do now, it is going away. Because what he's trying to do now is going to try to come out with another tax bill that only benefits a certain class of people and say, hey, you want your taxes to fall? You want your child tax credit to lose your child tax credit? Because
I think it's an immediate relief kind of thing. It's almost like it's a little bit of a stimulus, really, if you think about it. So a stimulus, you can go out, you get a little bit more money in your check every month for some more food, pay off some bills, whatever. I mean, it's not it's only going up $200. I mean, it's not a big amount.
Exactly. I mean, so let's just.
But I mean, it's something, right? It's something. It's more than what they have now.
Like I'm saying, let's take away their SNAP benefits too while we're on top of it and take away a couple other things, but we'll give them $200 a month. Here you go. I want to take away your Medicaid and whatever else we could take from you as well and cut some of your benefits off. I'm not saying all of it, maybe not even cut all of it. Let's just cut some of your benefits so you don't receive some of these things. You can't go to the doctor quite as much anymore. Let's take that off you. But here's $200 for your time and inconvenience. Here you go. I don't think that America should be ran that way.
What number would be okay with Wesley?
I can't remember what Kamala and them were trying to raise it to, but I think, me personally, I always look at, to me, I think we should have free childcare in this country. I believe that's important. I believe that kids, when they're in childcare, should be getting educated. We should be teaching them a foreign language in our country. I think that breeds a more intelligent
Spanish,
populace.
French, German. I mean, what language would you like them to know?
Where? And no, we don't do that in our when kids are young, when they're like, when they're 1, 2, 3 years old, we don't teach them that stuff.
Do.
Where?
I mean, we have. My kids learned. My kids learned a little bit of Spanish when they were in pre-K.
I learned a little bit of Spanish when I was in kindergarten. I learned to just do 1 through 10. I'm talking about actual teaching these kids where they're damn near learning it like they're learning English. Where we're having a populace that's educated, where a strong workforce, we're putting forth a stronger workforce, a stronger. Me personally, educated workforce, educated populace is like having that's the best self-defense you'll ever have, especially with the largest populaces we got. That's a huge, a healthy one. On top of that, healthy, educated populace. You send that out there,
but it takes time to innovate. It's not going to happen tomorrow.
But
it probably won't even happen in our lifetimes.
No one's saying that it is. You know what I think though? If we just not to even switch the subject a little bit, speak about Mamdani. You know what I mean? I think that these two things right here are on a collision course with each other, and I think it's a perfect storm right now that's happening and brewing in our country.
Well, I'll tell you right now,
about Zorhan Mamdani.
That guy will not get elected.
Where? In New York? Oh, he's going to win New York. He's going to win New York. He's going to win.
Why? Because the Democrats don't even want him there.
He's already beat the Democratic. He's already beaten the challengers. They're not going to get a Republican. They're not getting a Republican.
No, you won't have a Republican running against them. You'll have Eric Adams running as an independent.
And you'll have Cuomo running as an independent too. And no one's voting for either.
No,
of those.
I don't
Eric
think
Adams.
I don't
Eric
think
Adams
both of them
didn't
are
even
run.
I mean,
I don't think both of them can run because
why not?
They know, and this is because they know the Democrats don't want Mamdani being the mayor of New York. So
Adams isn't going to win. He wasn't even close. It was between two guys. It was Cuomo and it was Mamdani.
They're not going.
Eric Adams.
The Democrats do not want him to win.
I mean, I won't say. Let's just say some. Let's not say all. Let's say some.
It's a lot.
Let's say some. I think those are the parts of the Democratic Party who are more tied in with big pharma, Benjamin Netanyahu, not to bring that up, but yeah, and I do, but I believe a number of them are. This is what I'm saying. I believe a sea change is coming. I'm not saying I 110% agree with his sea change. I am a capitalist. I believe in capitalism, so I do believe we need to have a reform to capitalism right now, though, because capitalism is not working in our country at all.
You brought up something earlier about childcare. Okay,
yeah,
I think everybody. I put it this way. I think every child has a right to childcare. Okay. Do I think the government needs to pay for all of it? No, because at that point, that's just more spending, more chances for waste, more chances for fraud. It's programs like Medicaid, programs like, Obamacare, are those programs, as much as they help, they also can be used against the American public. Because people will, and I'm not talking about doctors, I'm talking about individuals will use it to their benefit to make money off of it.
You just told me
it just happens.
You just told me $55 million came from one lady.
One lady.
How many people would it take